Hello, welcome to my channel, A Sip Out with Jesse. And today I would like to introduce you to a brokerage where you can invest, grow, and earn in Nigeria, right, via the US stock market. Talking about buying the US stock. You've heard about Tesla, you've heard about Apple, you've heard about Microsoft. Now, yes, it's actually been a difficult one getting stock from the US, but now there's a brokerage, that you can actually use seamlessly, easy, very easy, just like you use your other Nigerian platforms, to lend money and invest money and all of that and trade, but this one is the brokerage that actually you can get the US stock, from the US market directly. But before we head down there, right, let's even come down to the to the layman understanding of what stocks are. When you say you get a stock, you get into a bank and you see numbers running through the walls, you're watching your CNN and you see number working on trades. You let's even understand what the stock market is. So I would want you to follow me through this through the end, so you can understand this basically and actually how to use this brokerage successfully, very easy and seamless. Now, okay, understanding the stock market, right? Okay, Shay now is a bottled water seller who actually sells bottled water in retail. And now he wants to upscale. He wants to start selling in cartons, start selling in trucks, but he has no fund for this to happen. So what Shay decides to do, he decides to go to the bank to get a loan, but the bank actually turned him down because, come on, bottled water is just everywhere. Who would rather get, Shay's not just the only person selling bottled water. So what he decides to do is he decides once again to go to the big boys, the rich dude who can actually lend him money to make sure he upscale. But even at that, he got turned down again. He has just one choice, and that's for him to go public, where he has to now get anyone to invest for any amount to invest in a stock, buy part of his company or own part of his shares of the company, in a process called an IPO, initial public offering. Now, investors pay a small amount of money, let's say 100 naira, right, to own a small part of the bottled water company, right, a share of the seller's business. Now, this seller has enough money, to now upscale. So he sells to several people, different people, and now he has enough money to actually grow the business. And so Shay now grows the business in a larger scale, right? Now, on this larger scale, is money actually the business now looking good. Now, what Shay decides to do is he can decide to, out of this money he's actually got to his investors, now the people who actually gave him 100 naira, he can decide to, because he's now making profit, the business is now making sense, he can decide to take out some money to just give out to these investors. Now, this money he gives to these investors, it's not necessary that he has to, right? He's not prompted to, but however, he gives it out to them to make them comfortable with their investment. Now, this money being given out is called dividends, right? These are the one that he gives out to the investors. So what happened next? Some other guy from outside, let's say Paul, now sees, Shay's business is actually doing great. He thinks Shay's business is a potential great money making machine. So what he decides to do is, he now decides to look for an investor of Shay's business, right, to buy the stock from. Now, what does the investor do? The investor decides to probably split his own stock. Maybe he has, let's say, 3 stocks, right? He decides to split the stocks into 3, right? And then decides to sell one to Paul, right? He sells one to Paul, and Paul buys the stock 3 times the amount the investor bought the stock. So you see, the investor makes more money, right? So he sells one to Paul, the investor also sells the other to, let's say, Philip, right? Now you find out the investor makes more money, right, from selling one stock, right, for a higher price, probably times 2 of what he even bought from the initial. Now the same thing Paul does. Paul decides to also sell when he gets to a point, he sees that, Shay's business is doing great, their money is increasing, their profit is increasing. Now somebody else gets interested in Shay's stock and buys from Paul 3 times or 4 times the amount Paul actually bought from the initial investor, and Phillips also decides to sell is 3 times the amount. So that's how it moves into the market, and this is how people buy stock. When we talk about stock markets, this is what we mean by people actually buying stock. It goes on and on and on into different hands, and that is how we have also for the people we know about, talking about Apple, Tesla, Nvidia, MasterCard, and so on. Now, back to what we're actually talking about. Now, we're talking about the brokerage. Now, you want to buy Apple stock, you want to buy Nvidia, MasterCard, and so on, Nike. It's fine. It's actually very difficult. We all have fears in our country. Nigeria is actually one place where you really have a lot of fear. I can remember sometime 2007, I and my friend tried investing, in Oceanic Bank, but it was a mess. We lost a lot of money, from the little we had, and then since then we've actually been very skeptical in investing. However, this has been made seamless. Now, this brokerage I'm about introducing to you has a lot of things you would love to have. You can now invest in Apple, Tesla, Nvidia, Amazon, as many of them that you want to, right? And get your stock in the high side of profit. Okay, I must say this, right? I am not a financial advisor, so please, I'll also advise, if you must invest, also invest with what you can spare, right? Not a major part of your finance, right? It's just an advice. As I said again, I am not a financial advisor or brokerage advisor. So I would want to start this way. Now, so many brokerage, actually, when you invest in brokerage, right, in the part of when you're buying and selling, most brokerage actually get involved in high fees. When we talk about fees, right, fees is the amount you pay, right, when you are either buying or selling stock, right? The brokerage collects some amount of fee. Many brokers have you pay fees, right, on every trade, which over a period of time make you reduce your ROI, that's your return on investment, which you are trading, right? And that is one thing you don't want to get involved in. In fact, most brokers charge a minimum of 1.5% of your trade. So imagine you buy, you sell, you buy, you sell over a period. You find out the money you actually invested in the first place has nothing, right, in return. Okay, so as I said, this is about you investing in and growing your investment here in Nigeria, trading in US stock, trading in cryptocurrencies, and also with zero charges here in Nigeria. I just told you about fees, how expensive it can be sometimes. It's actually ridiculous, here in Nigeria. However, now I introduce you to a brokerage where you can actually just do this thing seamlessly. It is called Passfolio. Your new broker, now you can invest in dollars in Passfolio. Now, Passfolio is a very simple platform. It has an app. You register on the site. I'll run you through it to see how it actually works, and then you can get your investment going. Now, about Passfolio, right? Passfolio is a San Francisco fintech company democratizing investment opportunity worldwide, starting with the United States stock market, right? We are creating a unified global and borderless investment market. Passfolio's first product is a fast and easy platform, right, that offers investment from all over the world, right, to people in more than 170 countries, and this includes Nigeria. It includes Nigeria, right? And we are able to achieve this through 2 wholly owned subsidiaries. That's Portfolio Securities and Portfolio Financials. I'm going to tell you about these guys' security, man. They are dope at it. Now, what are stock? I just explained stock in a layman language. Now, a stock is a piece of a company that you can buy and sell on a stock exchange. Company initially issues stock through initial public offering, IPO, as a way to raise funds for their business. Investor who buys stock in turn becomes stake shareholders and acquire a stake, right, in the company they bought stock from. As Investopedia explained, If a company has 1,000 shares of stock outstanding and one person owns 100 shares, that person owns a 10%, right, of that company. Definitely, you understand that what 10% of 1,000 is 100, right? So if if a company owns 1,000 shares and a single person owns 100, that person owns 10% of that company. Now, is portfolio a scam? I can tell you confidently, portfolio is not a scam, right? It is not a scam. I told you about their two-system procedure, which happened in the previous, which I told you in the previous one, right? Now they actually own two subsidiaries, which is the Portfolio Security and Portfolio Financial. Now, the Portfolio Financial is something you need to know. Now, as I said, you can trade in two ways. Yeah, either you trade in stock or you trade in cryptocurrency. Now, now both are separate. You can either choose to trade on your stock, right? To buy your stock or with money, right? Or you decide to buy investing through cryptocurrency. Now, Portfolio Security is a member of an FINRA and SIPC, which protects security customers of its members up to 500,000 USD, right? Including 250,000 USD for claim for cash. Explanatory brochure available at that site. Now, through Portfolio Securities, we offer access to 3,800 stocks, right, inclusive ETFs and REITs, right, REITs. Now, from the US stock market with no commission fee, no minimum start. Right, no minimum to start. You can use as low as $25, and you can get in by as low as $25. Convert that to naira, and you're good to go. Now, how do you start? Yes, how do you start? Now, all you need to do is visit passfolio.us and you're down to this page. Simply sign up, right, where you put your country, which is Nigeria, right, your first name, your middle name, and your last name, your email address, and you're down to it. Now, if you already signed up, all you need to do is sign in, and my next video we're talking about how to start your investment running through the platform and also using their app. Please, before you actually leave the page, kindly like and subscribe to my channel so we can actually have more people see, because the more likes it and subscribes it has, it helps to make other people see what this video I've actually put out and the work we're actually putting in to make people know on how they can make more money and have a brighter future for themselves and their family. Kindly subscribe to the channel, and thanks for joining me. Thank you.